People living among us, sheer exterior really hurts and makes you think what makes them so unique, how they deal with difficulties, which many cannot even imagine, what is hidden behind their unusualness, and how they live their lives every day. These stories will definitely surprise and inspire you. Heaviest man in the world. 2016, Juan Pedro Franco from Mexico entered the book Guinness Record Show as the heaviest man in the world, weighing 595 kilos. Because of this, he was tied to the bed and had serious problems. With healthy diabetes, hypertension problems, with thyroid gland and lungs, Juan decided, change my life and start fighting by weight, turn to for help. He received support from the doctor from Guadalajara, who agreed to have the operation. This was the first time years when Juan could stand up from the bed with the help of 8 people after a strict diet. In 3 months he lost 170 kilos that allowed past him stomach bypass surgery. After this, Juan changed his habits, started doing sports and continued losing weight. The end. In 2017 he underwent another one operation, due to which his weight decreased to 330 kilos. By 2020, Juan now weighs 260 kilos, and for the first time in more than 10 years, could walk on my own. Again, Juan's story is an inspiring example of that even in the most difficult situations, you can change your life for the better, and you would have been able totalist man at the moment today. The average height of a man in the world is about 175 cm, women around 162 cm. But history contains many amazing cases when people grew much higher than these norms. Some of them reached deserts of gigantic size, succeeding 1.5 times the average height, and grows to an impressive 230 meters and even more. These from Paulina left its mark, defeating everyone with my incredible growth. Turkish farmer of Kurdish origin, Sultan Farmer, the most tallest man in the world at present. According to the Book of Records Guinness, his height is 215 centimeters and he is now 40 years old, was Sultan for 10 years, just like that. How are his classmates? But then it started growing very fast, and because of his huge growth, he couldn't finish school and was forced to work on a farm to help the family. He even tried to play basketball, but his growth proved too big even for this. However, due to its size, Sultan found himself in show business. He is shot in film, participates in various shows, and performs in circus. Tallest man in history. Which record was recorded in the Guinness Book of Records? Was higher Sultana Kaysen. On targets 20 cm. We'll talk about Robert First Cloudborne in 1918 in US at the age of 4. He developed as normal Ribonic, but at the age of 5, he started needing clothes, usually worn by 17-year-olds. Robert was diagnosed with several rare diseases, including pituitary tumor, which triggered its rapid growth. Despite all difficulties, Woodlow High School, and entered university, where I started studying law. Besides his studies, he toured the United States with the circus, where his performances attracted huge audience, and people called him Good Giant. However, in 1940, during the show, on a chance day, Independence 1, out of scope, helped him walk. Foot injury that caused infection and sepsis. Unfortunately, Robert passed away in his sleep before his own death. After his last death, height was 220 cm. Woman with allergy to water. The most unique woman in the world lives in Australia. This is Ashley, who is allergic to water. Such a rare disease brings many inconveniences. Ashley can't take a shower because after contact with water on her body, painful spots appear and a severe allergic reaction begins. To avoid the dangerous point of quince and don't take risks. Life. Ashley forced to constantly take medication. Problems started when she was 14 years old, after transferred tonsillitis. She married large dose of penicillin for survival, but the body reacted unexpectedly. Ashley developed an allergy to water. Dermatologists asked to find out what caused this rare reaction, conducted multiple analyses, but Ashley's condition did not improve. Doctors came to the conclusion, what effect does penicillin have on blood histamine levels caused such an unusual allergy to water, the most essential substance for human being? Now Ashley has to live with this problem. Sometimes the spots on the skin turn red and itch a lot. What makes her big discomfort? Due to allergies, she can no longer do swimming, do sports, or go to the pool. She can't even touch it. Therefore, she tries to spend time in the cool, well-ventilated rooms on the street on a hot day. Ashley goes out only with Zontom. Too unfortunately, there is no cure for this disease. She had to remember Forever Girl with white hair. The story above is a bright example of that. How can we maintain optimism and joy in life, despite rare and unusual condition which changed its appearance? When Supatra found out that she appeared in the Book of Records, Guinness, her joy knew no bounds. For 13-year-old girls, it became incredible achievement, despite its rare problem. Supatra always tried, did not allow myself to remain optimistic. Its unique feature lies in the fact that her entire face was thickly covered with hair. First in school, children teased, and I was attracted to her because of her unusual appearance. But after that, how they found out about her world record, gradual beginning of their relation to the surface to change. It seems that there are only about 50 people in the world suffer from such a rare problem known as Ambrose syndrome in middle-aged people. With hairy faces faced with great difficulties, they were even considered agronomists. However, today, in modern social situation is much better, and people belong to such characteristics. With greater understanding, Supatra was able to find her happiness. She got married and continues to live a full life, sometimes in special moments. For example, at a wedding, she shaves the hair off her face, so that to make more beautiful photos and videos with my husband, looking at my problem, have tried various methods of solution, including laser epilation, but at the moment, this method does not give complete results. Nevertheless, she has long got used to her hair and not allows him to enjoy his life, enjoying every moment. History shows up that appearance should not interfere with rejoicing life and be happy. Nick, voiceless man, which inspires 1,000 people around the world with his life. He proved that absence of hands and the leg is not a pre-grad for that, to be successful and help others. Today there is no known as Mycinat, motivational orator, pevis and writer, whose speeches support and motivate people, overcome difficulties and believe in yourself. Regardless of circumstances, Nick born with rare genetic disease, tetraamelia syndrome, in which a person is missing limbs. Despite this heavy diagnosis, he learned from childhood to accept himself like this. What type is it? And made my life on supporting people who face similar difficulties. It was not easy for him as a child, as the people around him did not always accept his specialty. But with time, Nick learned to deal with this and transformed my experiences into strength, which helps to support others after graduating from university, where Nick got 2-degree Bachelor of Commerce immediately. He started performing with motivational speeches. Since the age of 17, he has visited various restaurants, welcome schools, prisons and churches, where he shared his life lessons. Later, I founded my life as an organization, Infinities, which helps people with disability. He has visited many countries, participated in various telecasts and films, and also wrote several books. Today, I am a happy husband and father. He has 4 wonderful and absolutely healthy children. Son and twin girls, the man with the most piercings, man living in Germany, who set a world record for Kollichestvu piercing, his speech Rolf Buchholzend on his body. There is a total of 453 moments of piercing, including face and head. He is 52 years old, but his passion for body jewelry is not quenched. Precisely because of this attraction, he appeared in the Book of Records, Guinness. Special attention, piercing Rolfer attracts others. In combination with his numerous tattoos, 94 surgeries can be seen on his lips, in eyebrows, 25 in nose, 8 about 50 series placed all over the body, and in the respiratory area targets, 278. Many people ask questions. How can you wear so much jewelry, and how comfortable such a life is? But Rolf continues to amaze with his determination. However, Rolf, record holder only among men, the most pierced woman in the world is Elena Davidson, which has a body count of 7,000. Seriojek, despite his achievements, Rolf didn't stop at just piercings. He implanted himself in the head artificial roses and covered whole body with tattoos, and plans to add more in the future, unique changes to your images, stretch yourself out, and even make artificial tail. So this is not the end yet. Rolf continues to amaze the world. My experiments with exteriority, and who knows, what other unusual changes does he make to his appearance? Interesting how to become the most pierced man in the world in the future. The story is clearly far from over. Woman who has had the most plastic surgeries. Woman named Cindy Jackson popped into the book Guinness Records thanks to the huge number of plastic surgeries. Real live Barbie. Cindy recently celebrated her 60s, but does not lose popularity. Her advice on plastic and beauty appreciated by many girls and women who decide change your appearance with surgery. Cindy searched huge fortune on numerous operations, and gradually the present developed mania for constantly improving oneself. This caused strong complexes. Who pursued himself. Childhood. She changed almost everything in her TV and nose, beard, belt, lips, breast shapes. She even went to removal, several repair and correction schools. Cindy's hair is also not her own. The surgeons who revived them. How many times did she do chemical peeling and injections? Botox are simply impossible to calculate. Today, Cindy Jackson is known all over the world, and his consultation on questions beauty cost very expensive. Besides this, she works as a modelist, filmed in television programs, and even wrote a book titled Alive Barbie. In this book, she details told about all his operations, in their complexes, and that how to maintain beauty. One of the latest procedure, which passed Cindy. This rejuvenation of hands with the help of collagen fillers. The most terrible. In person, Lizzie Velasquez, known how the most terrible person, according to some, was born with an extremely rare disease syndrome in the form of a rotten branch. This disease so rare, so there are only 2 people on the entire planet, except Liza, suffers from this disease. At height 125 centimeters, she weighs only 29 kilos, and the body is simply not able to gain weight. Despite this, Lisa consumes 5,000 calories of food daily to maintain strength. She lives in USA and actively participates in scientific research my illness, hoping to help the world unravel the reasons for its appearance. When Lisa was 4 years, she completely lost vision in her right eye. Her left eye sees very poorly. Her illness is also accompanied by weakness with immunity, what makes life more complicated. But despite all these trials, Lizzie does not give up. Today she is a popular blogger, orator, motivator, and writer. She actively supports people who face hostility because of their outsiderness, inserts into them. Faith gives hope and confidence in oneself, and you could have. Lizzie's family provides her with immense support. She is very close to parents, whom he calls his heroes. He also has a younger brother and sister who are completely healthy, with childhood itself. Lisa was forced to encounter curious glances of people, and she is recognized that it was always difficult. For me, Lydia finished university and received diploma instructor motivator. She co-authored a book about her life, where tells about daily fight for the right to live and hope that someday doctors will find a cure for his disease. And the story of Lizzie Velasquez. This is an example of incredible strength, spirit, and courage. She treats us that way, that even the most difficult tests you can overcome with faith in yourself and support from loved ones. Lizzie continues to inhale 1,000 to 1,000, proving to people all over the world that appearance does not determine who you are, and who knows, possibly its power and optimism will help not only, but all of humanity is in search solutions to his rare misfortune. Show these amazing stories what human strength of spirit and desire for life, capable of overcoming any difficulties, any rare diseases, unusual appearance, or difficult circumstances. Each of these people proved that their uniqueness is not weakness, a source of inspiration and strength, but what awaits beyond. That will science be able to find answers to those questions? A world accepts them like this. What are they like? Their incredible paths are just beginning, and many more amazing events ahead, which certainly do not leave you indifferent, and you have the opportunity to be part of our team, to share such inspiring stories with the world.